wanted to show this off. Today I had slept in, so there wasn't a whole lot of the day. I got to open my mini and stuff, but we went out and got a few things from the grocery store, and I wanted to show you something that we do for dinner. Our local store does this thing called a lumberjack sandwich, and it works fantastic because we just split it up and people can have a sandwich and some chips and dinner. But here it is. It's bigger than my face. It's insane. So this is amazing though. So that is dinner. So today I got a really sweet package from Kim of Ginger Snap. She sent me a bunch of yarn samples that I can play with. There's like sock blanks and different types of yarn in here. Some dye pots, some really good dye pots. And here, sorry, noises down here, some tools and some new dye colors. Thank you, Kim. I'm so excited to mess around with these. Hello and happy December 20th. I wanted to just sit down and kind of have like a, not a recap, but almost a recap. I've just got my neat ripple blanket here, working away on it slowly so that I can get into the new cakes that Brittany sent me. My yarn mojo after this move and getting everything together, it's been very low. I am glad to have my Advent so that I can just get into, okay, today I'm just gonna put in my mini for the day. And I still feel like I want to do that. And it kind of keeps my knitting and crocheting mojo alive. I don't know what I would do instead because yarn is my entire life. So I'm trying to think of what else I could do that would go towards the business and also just keep my hands busy, because that's the thing. I constantly need my hands to be doing something. I feel like that's for most knitters and crocheters, is that you get used to having something going on in your hands, and so you need them constantly. So if I'm watching a show or just sitting in general, I like to have my hands doing something. I don't know what the point of this rant is, but anyway, my yarn mojo's a little low. But I'm taking the time to think about when my mojo is back of what I am going to make and what I'm going to do for YouTube next year, because I've been kind of running on quick ideas and just jumping into it and working with what I've got. I would love to take the time to actually plan something out and put effort into the podcast, but also some other types of videos that might be fun. I would love to try and make costumes. I've had this idea in the back of my head that I would love to make Kraken made costume of what I envision a Kraken made would be, and I'd love to be able to wear that to like yarn events. And I do have a plan to do with my granny squares that I've been making over the year, but I just need the space and the actual time to plan it. I find I'm a very fly by the seat of my pants person. I don't make plans about anything, but it's come to a point where I need to, and kind of to reevaluate what I think Kraken made will be. So if you have any wants to, like, for videos or products in the shop, just comment down below and let me know. The podcast, if you've seen the post, will be back in January. I'm hoping to convert a little area in here into a specifically podcasting corner so that we don't have to mess around with lighting, sounds. It's just very straightforward. I'm just in front of the fire right now that I thought was a great video. Got some Christmas gifts up here and stockings that I sewed quite a while ago just because they seem fun. Yeah, so that's it. That's what's on my mind for the upcoming year. Christmas is coming soon, which is so exciting. I feel like this week is going to be very long because it feels close, but at the same time, not close enough. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're finding time to take a minute to enjoy the season and make some good memories. And yeah, so Mom and my husband Ezra and my older brother, well, not my younger, I'm the oldest, so I have 3 little brothers, so the older of the bunch, the eldest of the bunch, have gone out to do some final Christmas preparations, and so I'm here with the littles. I think I'm going to do some baking today. I think I'm going to make some bread. Baking has definitely been my go-to instead of knitting or crocheting. I am getting into the kitchen and really enjoying some cookie baking, bread baking. I really enjoy getting in the kitchen and making something delicious for us to eat. Cooking was my main thing to do before I became a yarnie, and so just as my mojo's dying down, I'm getting back to that, and it feels really good to do that. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas. It has been interesting. It's not as much footage as I thought it would be because it is so busy and there is a ton of just boring stuff going on and I don't do but it's been nice to get into like the baking and the Christmas preparations have been really nice. So they're little bits of my day. If there's not much of the day in there, you're not missing anything. It's just because I did absolutely nothing that day. So yeah, it's just my recap of the Vlogmas so far. So we'll get into some baking today and I hope you enjoy. So the bread recipe I'll be using today is in probably my favorite bread book ever. This is Breaking Breads by Yuri Sheft, A New World of Israeli Baking. And it is fantastic. If you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. So what I'm going to be making today is the classic challah bread, but I'm going to be adding some Christmas notes to it to just make a really nice Christmas spirit bread. It'd be spicy with some cloves and nutmeg, cinnamon, and then I'm going to be putting in some orange zest. And then in here I just have some dried cranberries steeping in some hot water. I think I can show it. I'll show it a little later. Just to plump them up a little bit. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. you could smell this because it smells so amazing and so Christmassy. It is. I recommend throwing clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon, the zest of 2 oranges, and a cup of dried cranberries to any bread recipe. This one makes about 3, it says 3 loaves, but I'm gonna make 2 loaves and a batch of buns, and it's gonna be so good. So you could do that really to any recipe that you have that you prefer.